Yo, listen up, for real. I want to beat Ricky Starks up really bad. Let this man finish so I can collect my money. So shut up and let him talk.
I know you're back there. I want to let you know that you're right.
Oh, we're starting things off hot now. Impromptu. Ricky Starks and James Claxton going at.
Cowboy James Claxton versus absolute Ricky Starks.
Scott Summers letting it be known.
Are we still doing the no rope break? Okay, no rope break. No hold barred match. Let's do it.
Gregory Simons has made it so. This match still no holds barred, no rope break.
Exactly. That's my proclamation. No holds barred, no rope breaks. This carry on as continued.
You know, the question of whether Scott Summers would be able to compete tonight was definitely up in the air. Suffering from a cracked sternum. But, you know, we saw earlier tonight this sort of tension between James Claxton and Ricky Starks when Mike Dell seemingly was looking to recruit people to combat Franco D'Angelo and the rest of his militia, I guess you could say, his army. And Ricky Starks is saying that he's not a follower, he's a leader. And that mouth and that confidence of Ricky Starks has gotten him in trouble in the past, but you know, Ricky Starks is one of the upcoming competitors here in Texas, and I think a win over Scott Summers here tonight, or even the competition of a no-holds-barred, no-rope-break match with Scott Summers could have propelled him far. That may have to happen somewhere, you know, down the line, because right now he's in the ring with the Cowboy James Claxton.
Exactly. You know, and that match with Scott Summers that Ricky Starks wants is definitely in the cards. You know, and Scott Summers brought up a good point. He wants to be 100%, and I don't think Ricky Starks wants him at less than that.
I agree, absolutely.
So, you know, this match right here, no rope break, definitely works into the favor of Ricky Starks. As we've seen in the past few shows, he refuses.
We saw last month against Andy Dalton losing the match solely because he refused to break a submission hold. As now Claxton with a chair. This match, no holds barred, that is entirely legal.
You know what? Going back to Ricky Starks just a little bit as he's getting pounded on the outside, it's pretty evident to me that he doesn't care about wins and losses. He wants to make a statement.
Absolutely.
You know, that's why he demanded this match be no holds barred, no rope break. And you know what?
And
I want to give it to him.
I will say, to that point, I think there is one win that Ricky Starks truly cares about, and that is over Scott Summers. The reasoning behind this, I think a lot of it was due to Ricky Starks pinning Scott Summers in that three-way match in the road to crowning the champion. A lot of people were doubting Ricky after that, saying it was a fluke, saying he got lucky. It was because of the interference of Andy Dalton. But Ricky is a more than capable competitor.
Right. You know, the interference of Andy Dalton, and, you know, I did come out to that main event to ensure the integrity of the match. And, you know, hey, maybe that did have an influence on the result. That was not my intention.
Scott Summers notably has a temper.
And he got it twisted. He absolutely got it twisted.
I have to side with you here, Greg. I mean, you know, Andy Dalton had that history of interfering in people's matches like that. You couldn't risk that in such an important match like in the road to crowning our champion. And exactly. I agree with what you did there. Scott Summers having a lot of issue with it, but that's that loose cannon that is Scott Summers.
Exactly.
Oh, Ricky just got beeled. Ricky just got beeled into those chairs. In this outside environment where James Claxton is, you know, that's where he thrives. And Ricky is definitely looking worse for wear. He's getting, jeez. He's getting just as much of a fight out of James Claxton as he were assumingly would have gotten out of Scott Summers, even at 75%. And Claxton just brutalizing Starks. Oh! And those aren't your regular metal folding chairs. They do hurt, but that is thick plastic. There is no give to those chairs.
You know, Eamon, I think it's working to Claxton's advantage right now that this is a no-holds-barred match because Ricky Starks is in a world of hurt.
And also taking into account, Claxton's already competed tonight. Claxton won our Pump Patrol Invitational Battle Royal.
So does that give him the advantage, or is he at a disadvantage? Is he taxed?
Well,
is he taxed physically, or is he on a roll?
You would think so. I think in this environment, you know, when you don't necessarily need that stamina, it's just about brutalizing your opponent. That's where Claxton needs, you know, to thrive on.
Right, exactly.
He doesn't have to keep up of a pace that Ricky Starks can have.
And if he can just keep him down right now, going slow, you know, just like he's doing right now, he's got this match in control.
He is absolutely, and
Ricky can't even stand up. He can't even stand up right now.
He's just been brutalized the entire time. Ooh, and getting sent into those ring steps. I gotta say, you know, Claxton and Scott Summers have really grown together. They've traveled the scene together. And Claxton is as tough as a competitor as Scott Summers, so you know, assumedly this Ricky Starks Scott Summers match that may happen down the line, Ricky's almost getting a taste here. He's getting a feeler with James Claxton, the brutal nature that is the Cowboy.
You know, and I don't know if he's seen that. That's a really good point. Has Ricky Starks seen the brutality that he's going to see right now with Claxton?
You can see Ricky just trying to kick away, do anything that he can to break the grasp of James Claxton, because when James Claxton has you in a hold, you know, you're in serious danger. Ricky Starks just, our referee checking on him. He may even want to.
Just toying.
We have some people rallying behind Ricky Starks. He's grown a bit of a following, but I think that's because they've seen how good of an athlete he is.
Right, they see the potential in him. They see the superstar ability, and you know, he's got it all. He is, wow, I don't want to use that term again. He's got everything. He really does.
But if he takes more of this beatdown from James Claxton, you know, that career may be very short. This crowd, though, rallying behind Ricky Starks. Trying to give him some fight, trying to give him some energy.
Exactly. He's got to be feeling that right now. I know as a competitor, I would feel that. The crowd gets behind you, gives you a little extra adrenaline, a little extra energy.
And again, just set into the buckle. Ricky Starks is looking worse for wear than James Claxton, which is a lot saying for somebody that's wrestled 2 matches tonight. The referee's checking on Ricky's. He may have seriously.
Is he contemplating stopping the match? I mean, is something going on with Ricky that we're not aware of?
It's our referee's discretion, and if he has to, then.
That might be Claxton's out. You know, this is no holds barred, no rope break, but the competitor cannot continue. I mean, what does that bring to the table? What are we looking at here, Eamon?
Claxton now staying on Ricky Starks, sending him again into the buckle.
Claxton's found some offense that he likes, and he's just in total control and complete domination of Ricky Starks right now.
Normally, I would be very opposed to someone taking these breaks, taking these breathers, but, you know, Claxton's clearly on the advantage. More so to where he doesn't have to stay on Ricky Starks. Ricky may have done some serious damage to his arm.
Exactly. You know, Starks is he's showing no signs of life right now.
Oh, and now just clawing away at Ricky Starks. Claxton brutalizing him. It's like he's getting some. Oh, but Ricky! Able to get that shot in. This could be a shot. Sleeper hold. Trying to take the air out of James Claxton and get him down, which is a good strategy.
Yes, exactly. This may be his last chance right here. Just pure desperation right now. Holding on for dear life is Ricky Starks.
Claxton seems like he's starting to fade too. Maybe that stamina that starts to get lost in that first match is coming into play.
That's exactly what I was about to say, Eamon. You know, that Battle Royal, he's fighting 13 other competitors.
And now he has to fight 14. Like that's the key here.
And it's one-on-one.
Oh, but Ricky going back to it. He realized if he can cut out that windpipe of James Claxton.
Definitely, he's onto something now. He's found something that's working for him.
He's showing his intelligence. And Claxton trying to, and even just headbutting him in the back of the head, trying to get him down. He's down to one knee.
You know, at this point in the match, Claxton is the worst off he's been so far.
Absolutely. Oh, God. Snap narrowed him down.
That's a driver, you know, he head first into the mat.
Twice the effect, really. Tucks a shot. Oh, but Ricky taking out the leg. And he's got a hold of that sleeper again.
Very, very smart by Ricky Starks.
James Claxton may be seriously starting to fade. Trying to find some way to get out of it, some opening. Some lapse in judgment from Ricky Starks, but Ricky Starks will not let him have it. He's staying on top of him. Ricky desperate in his, he's
definitely showing some emotion right here.
He realized he needs to get this win on Claxton and just get out there alive.
Exactly. This is a different side of Ricky I've never seen before. I mean, he is pumped.
Oh, drops him right with that shin breaker.
And Ricky's got to be reeling right now after that. I think we're on even ground right now. I think both guys are equally taxed. Physically, who can get to their feet first?
Claxton able to get to his feet, but with the help of the rope. Oh, drop toe hold. He's got a hold of the leg. Oh, there's that submission. And now there's no rope break, so there's no way for Claxton to go.
Exactly, and he took that leg out earlier. He's working on that leg. He's been working on the head. He's got them both right now. No rope break.
He's
Ricky Starks
wrenching in on it. But Claxton can't do anything. He's got to find to maneuver or something. But he's just maybe dead in the water.
Absolutely. Ricky is in full control right now. Crowd is solidly behind Ricky Starks right now.
Look at the pressure he's putting on that neck. Cranking it in as tight as he can. Claxton may just be out. Look. Drops it for one. Can this be it? Could this be the way?
I think Claxton is out. I think he's out.
He is. He's out.
Claxton is out.
Tonight, Inspire Pro presented Shockwaves. It was yours truly, Dirty Andy Dalton, and the young gun, Chandler Hopkins. And tonight, Chandler Hopkins, you got one of the most important victories of your career when you beat Dirty Andy Dalton. But you see, it wasn't so important to me. But you know what was important to me? Was after the match, when Moonshine Mantell, you stuck your nose where it didn't belong. See, Moonshine, we've been here before. I've been backed into a corner. You did the same thing to me in Dallas, Texas. You left me bloody and you took my title. Well, now you've come to Inspire. And you've come looking for a fight. Well, in case you forgot, Moonshine, Dirty Andy Dalton, he's DTF, down to fight. So Inspire Pro, May, give me what I want. Moonshine Mantell, Dirty Andy Dalton, one-on-one.
Oh, yeah, all right. Call it Eddie Kingston Raw.
All right.
It's my last year anyway, so might as well go nuts.
Eddie Kingston Raw the last year.
All right, brother.
Question mark.
That's what this
Check it out, highspots.com. That's $9.99 in the business. Inspired Pro, check that out. Matt Kingston, 1981. Eddie Kingston, 81 on Instagram, I think. I don't know, I'm somewhere.
All right.
That's really it. Yo, Homicide, what up, man? New York. Brooklyn!
Introducing first, making his return to an Inspire Pro ring, Stray Dog from Yonkers, New York, Eddie Kingston. And his opponent tonight, from New Orleans, Louisiana, he is the Stroke Daddy, Absolute Ricky Starks.
I think back to that match at SC Gold 6, that classic between Ricky Starks and ACH. All the emotion that Ricky Starks poured out, having to fight somebody who was his best friend, who was his brother. Eddie Kingston's not his best friend. Eddie Kingston's not his brother here. So Ricky Starks is going in for one thing, and that's to fight for his life.
Eddie Kingston's best friend is your checkbook.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. But you're right. You got to remember, Ricky Starks and ACH helped build Inspire Pro, helped build the Texas wrestling scene. So it's a kind of a shift from a meeting between two men who have ultimate respect for each other to tonight, where we're going to see two men that just want to beat each other senseless.
Eddie Kingston has made it known time in and time out for the last 10 years. He doesn't enjoy pro wrestling. It doesn't make him happy. He does it because it's one of the things he knows he's good at. He knows he's good at beating people up. He's talked about how this business has taken so much from him, and it's made him cold inside. And Eddie Kingston uses that, that lack of emotion to fuel him. Ricky Starks, on the other hand, very passionate for this business. I don't know who's more passionate about pro wrestling than Ricky Starks.
You're absolutely right. Ricky Starks.
Oh, Eddie Kingston able to sucker Ricky in.
I'm surprised Ricky fell for that, honestly.
Taking things out here to the floor. Definitely
getting out of hand already.
It's definitely Eddie Kingston's playground out here. Ooh. Kingston, yeah. But you also got to think about Eddie Kingston. He's a bare knuckle brawler. He's somebody who will pick apart and rip away at you. But he was actually trained in the Chikara Pro Wrestle Factory. He was trained in a lucha libre Japanese style, which he can do. The problem is he doesn't like doing it. He likes to hurt people. He likes to punch you in your jaw. And Eddie Kingston's looking to dish out punishment here tonight against Ricky Starks.
You're right. He is much more comfortable just brawling.
Ooh, just straight headbutts right to the top of the head of Ricky Starks.
And that's just beating him into submission.
Ooh, my God, what a boot there. Kingston is on a mission to do Dan the Man and inadvertently MJF's bidding. We know MJF can't be happy with the fact that Terrell Tempo earned himself a title shot tonight. But Ricky Starks is also in the wake. And MJF barely had beaten Ricky Starks in the past. It was an errant low blow in a phenomenal contest between the two that could have gone either way that gave MJF the victory.
Well, and that's the thing. MJF takes shortcuts. That's been the ideology of SCC.
I think he's gouging at the eyes of Ricky Starks.
Yeah, this is not the type of match Ricky Starks is used to wrestling.
You know, just choking Starks into the ropes.
And let's face it, I mean, does Eddie Kingston even care if he gets disqualified?
Dan the Man. Oh.
Starks just slapped the taste out of Dan the Man's mouth.
Rightfully so. Dan the Man is like a tick. Just can't get rid of him. Ooh, backs Ricky into the turnbuckle hard. Big boot. Kingston, complete control of this contest here. Ricky hasn't been able to really get a whole lot of offense in this contest. Cover. And we talked, though, about the one thing I think Ricky may have to an advantage is that we talk about how Eddie Kingston can dish out lots of punishment. But we've seen that Ricky Starks is very great at absorbing a lot of punishment and finding a way to fight back.
You're absolutely right. Ricky Starks, you know, the development of him as a wrestler just in the last year and a half has been absolutely monumental. Because he has grown from someone with a lot of finesse into someone that can take that finesse, combine it with some tenacity, and has become a very, very, very high-level competitor.
Oh, my God. I think you're right on the money, though, there, Stu. There's a grit about Ricky Starks that you wouldn't think of with somebody who looks like him, who acts like him. He may be one of the grittiest, you know, top fighting competitors in all of Inspire Pro Wrestling. I've seen Ricky Starks pull out some phenomenal performances from defense many times in the past. Oh, God.
Well, and that's what he's going to have to do tonight to get past Eddie Kingston.
And I couldn't tell from that shot, but I think Ricky's left eye may be starting to swell a little bit from what I was noticing. And when that eye swells, that screws up your vision. Oh.
Yeah, we see it all the time in boxing.
Eddie Kingston, and Eddie Kingston as well, someone who takes a lot from the boxing world, someone who takes a lot of inspiration from that, and knows how to catch an opponent off guard. It's not just about hitting hard. It's about catching your opponent at the right time. But Eddie Kingston can't get frustrated by these fans here. These Austin, Texas fans are known to try to get under people's skin. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, and that's been one of the drawbacks. Eddie Kingston spent as much time trash talking the fans as he has dishing out punishments at Starks. That's going to catch up to him.
And Eddie Kingston, nothing fancy, going to that same playbook of those chops, just lighting up Ricky Starks' chest.
I talked earlier about the grit of Ricky Starks. It's hard to keep that grit with Eddie just keeps hitting you in the chest and hitting you in the chest. At some point, you're going to have to break.
Ooh. Just close fist punches right to the kidneys.
You see, yeah, Kingston with those jabs to the midsection. Again, drawing on that boxing background of his.
You know, Ricky's got to keep also an eye out for that spinning back fist that Eddie Kingston likes to utilize. He has knocked people loopy with that. These fans are king at getting under people's skin.
You give it a chance. They're creative, if nothing else.
But a lot of times, these fans can get you off guard, and there will be one moment of hesitation or one moment where you let your opponent get some air, and they can take advantage, just like that. Eddie Kingston needs to try to stay focused, needs to try to cool his temper. I know that's not really something that Eddie is known to do.
No.
Oh, and Dan the Man with
the cheap shot right there. You're right. But yeah, Kingston almost, he likes being mad. That's what fuels him in the ring, is his anger.
Oh, Dan the Man again with those shots on Ricky Starks. Right behind the referee's back, Eddie Kingston. I don't think Ricky has really gotten out of the box at all in this contest.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't had a chance to get any type of offense yet. I mean, Eddie Kingston's just been tenacious, has been on him like a bulldog from the moment the bell rang.
Ricky's trying to get some separation here, but Eddie Kingston not going to let up. Ooh, God. Ooh, Ricky, just forearm shots right to the back.
Ricky may have caught a second wind.
Oh, and that thug to the eye by Kingston. You know, he's not afraid to bust out some eye pokes as well in the streets of Yonkers when he gets into those fights. Eddie Kingston is just a mean, angry individual. Ooh, and again, those kidney shots.
Yeah, it's vicious body blows there by Kingston.
Oh my good! Look at the look on Ricky's chest, and look at the look on his face!
Uh-oh. That may have had a different effect on Starks than Kingston wanted.
Oh my
He's calling
God.
for more.
Oh, Ricky ducks.
Oh! And now Starks with the chops.
Can Starks finally mount some offense? Repeated blows. He's got Eddie down in the corner. Kingston gets brought up by Ricky. Irish whip reversal. Charging again, big boot. Ricky Starks in control here, springs up. Kingston able to push off. I think he was trying for that tornado DDT. Kingston comes charging. Ricky Starks now.
Nice suplex there by Starks.
Able to muscle over the larger Kingston. Ricky Starks has that switch turned on in his head, and now he's on fire. Springboard. DDT! Cover! Only two, though. It's going to take a lot more to put someone down like Kingston, particularly who has been in an offensive position this whole matchup.
Yeah,
it's a good start by Starks, but you're right.
Yeah, just Ricky's, I mean, as good as he is, Eddie's got the stamina.
Ooh, what a lariat there. And again, Kingston able to get the shoulder up, but just barely.
And look at him. Kingston's working for a paycheck right now. We're not sure.
What's Dan the Man doing on the apron?
Dan
Can
the
we get
Man.
him removed from ringside?
Freaking pest, Dan the Man. Always trying to stick his nose into people's business. Always trying to get his two sides. Well,
Thank you,
that'll
Ricky
shut him up.
Thank you, Ricky Starks. I mean, that was a kick that Cameron Dicker would be proud of.
And now Ricky Starks with the body blows. Ricky Starks, a very big striker as well, but can he get... No, there's that Uranage. He's got Ricky back up to his feet now. Ooh, drops him down with a reverse DDT cover. And Ricky again able to get a shoulder up.
Just barely, but it was enough to stop the count.
Eddie Kingston, you can see almost a look of frustration on his face now.
I think he's used to putting opponents away a lot quicker than this. The resilience of Ricky Starks definitely on show here tonight, but Kingston usually able to just punch, drop them on their head, and they're gone.
He has definitely doled out a lot of punishment, but Ricky Starks just keeps coming back. Again, this is that grittiness that we've talked about and that he has developed, especially in the last 18 months.
Kingston comes charging. Ricky Insecurity. There's a desperation maneuver for sure. Kingston! Powerbombed! How much strength did that have to take from Ricky Starks to muscle up Kingston like that?
You're absolutely, you see him right there collapse on the mat, and that's part frustration. Now he's trying to figure out what he has to do to put away Kingston.
Ricky Starks. Oh.
Now both of them pop up.
Oh, God.
Disrespect for Kingston.
Look at Eddie. Eddie's kind of just soaking him up. Oh, but not that one. That one took down Kingston. That put him in some pain. Ricky thinking for that absolute driver. Ricky gets reversed. Oh, my God. Man just booted him right in the jaw there. Nothing fancy but effective. DDT. Plants him into the cover.
And kicked out. But yeah, simple but effective, that DDT by Kingston.
Eddie Kingston, I think, is seeing right now what a lot of Inspire Pro fans have known about Ricky Starks for years. His never say die attitude. This is not as easy of a payday as Eddie Kingston may have anticipated.
No, definitely not as easy as Dan the Man anticipated. I don't think Dan the Man's gotten up yet. Oh, there he is.
Crowd trying to rally behind Ricky Starks. Give him some energy. Ooh, forearm shot. Just wailing on one another, these two.
Now they're trading chops.
Forearm. But you don't want to play a striking game with Kingston, though. Oh my God! Ricky's chest is turned beet red from those chops. Big boot. Oh, Eddie Kingston's not done here. Ricky off the ropes, ducks a shot. Big spear!
And now,
Could he be thinking for it? Absolute driver. No. Kingston blocks. Back fist! Went for the back fist of the future. Ricky Starks trying for a backslide here. Able to get out at 2. Another spear! Cuts him in half!
I just beat Eddie Kingston. I went out there and I beat Eddie Kingston. They say when you try hard, you die hard. Well, Ricky's still standing, baby. Eddie ain't the biggest challenge that I had in my life. See, what you forget, and I'm talking to you, Dan, and I'm talking to everybody that's watching, what you forget is that Ricky's been through Katrina. So Eddie Kingston, man, that's just another day to me. Another hard-fought day. And while Dan tried to dethrone the prince, as he put it, what he failed to forget is that a brother from the street has the heart of a pit bull. And you can't put a muzzle on that. Now, with Eddie Kingston out of the way, with another challenge put to rest, I find out that Terrell Tempo gets to jump me and he gets a match with MJF, and a loser leaves inspired. Well, ain't that special? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I already know how this is going to go. I know Terrell going to be gone, and I know MJF going to be left. And from the past, MJF was this close to me defeating him. Luckily, it wasn't for the title at the time. But guess what? Things come in a full circle. So I'm telling you this one time, and one time only. You and I, Maxwell, you and I, when we get in that ring, you ain't leaving with the title. Ever again.